I can see that. I can resonate as well. And this past Saturday, like a few days ago, was supposed to be our black belt graduation. And then 2 weeks before that, our black belt test. And those students that were focused on getting ready and preparing, and I want to make sure. So one of the tough things has been, are they going to still come back and be strong, or want to test or be training? And then, yeah, some students have been tough to get a hold of. Like, we've been working really hard to try to get everyone active on Facebook and on the Zoom calls and doing the classes, and we're reaching out via text and phone call, email, that kind of stuff. And some people have just not really been responsive, which is tricky when you're used to seeing them twice a week in class. And I know it's not even like me or us or UpLevel. It's not like something happened between us. It's just can be a crazy time for people, and there's different things that are stressing.
And I've heard a lot of students who have contacted me and be like, hey, we wish we could take classes right now, but things have gotten super busy. And I feel like there's like two sides of it. There's either the people that are like, have way more free time now and so much more to do. And then there's the people that are even more crazy during this time, way more busy, and they're like, hey, I can't do classes right now. Like, we're going to have to hit it back when things get back to normal.
And a shout out to you guys, whatever profession you're in. I know a lot of people in the medical field that have been super busy during this time.
Yeah,
and
stressful, I'm sure, too.
It's been really crazy. And yeah, I kind of agree. Like, maybe there's a 10% or 20% that are much busier, and the majority of people are less busy. But thank you to you guys for pushing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely tricky, and I think it's fearful, or it's scary, because once we get back into school, is everyone just gonna show back up? I know we listened to a great sermon recently about the pastor was saying how things really aren't gonna go back to normal, right? There's gonna be a new normal, and there's gonna be new things that become routine and people get used to. So I think that's exciting and scary. And especially as someone who can tend to hold on to routine and structure, letting go of that maybe view of how things were and understanding that it will be different.
Right. And I think one other thing I thought of was, I think one other thing that I'm excited about is, I think during this time it's kind of forced businesses to innovate. And UpLevel, we've always wanted to be online more. That's always been a goal of ours, and maybe because of so many other priorities and things going on, it hasn't been on the forefront of the company's mind. But now it's forced, right? It's forced innovation. So I'm really excited about that side of things and tapping more into the new world.
Sure.
So yeah.
Anything else that's particularly scary during this time for you?
Particularly scary.
I know dance. We both enjoy dance and partner dancing. It's scary because we don't really know when the dance world, especially with dance being so close and physical contact and that kind of stuff, when that will come back, or when dance events will be happening again. That's kind of scary to think about.
Right.
So much stuff is canceled.
I think it's just the uncertainty of it all. It's like, we don't know how long it's gonna last. And so I think I've done a really good job of almost getting used to this as the normal. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know anything else. There's a couple things that maybe stick out as dang, I miss X, Y, Z. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job being feeling at ease with everything going on, and just kind of almost created a new life, a new schedule, a new routine and things like that of okay, here's what I'm doing now. Here's what I'm doing now. Maybe some things have been cut out, and I know in the back of my mind they'll come back. But just kind of pretending that this is what life is now, and cool.
Sure.
Let me this isn't my new life. What can I do? But it is really scary to be I don't know when things can be back to normal, when I get to do the things that I used to.
Sure. No, we definitely tend to adapt so fast, right? During this time, it is kind of crazy how fast it's become just kind of the new normal. And there'll also be another shift when things do start opening back up.
I think it'll be a slow shift, probably a process.
Sure. But we'll have to kind of continually adapt back to that as well. So yeah, I think it's an important skill to be able to just adapt and appreciate the things that are happening, or the things that are not happening.
Right.
And I think this time has given everyone kind of a perspective shift.
Yes.
In a good way.
I miss high-fiving you guys.
What's curious what for you guys is maybe the biggest fear during this time, personally or professionally?
challenge.
Yeah, what's the most scary for you? And also maybe what's been the most enjoyable part?
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Most challenging, most enjoyable. That's
Cool.
good. That's your question. What's the most challenging thing or the most scary thing right now? And what's the most fun and exciting thing right now?
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.
You guys are rock stars. All
Anything
of
else
you.
you wanna leave them with?
Yeah, except for one. Just kidding. All of you are.
All right. Talk soon.
Bye, guys.